Hi everyone, it's Lisa with InkandInspirations.com and welcome to week 10 of my 12 weeks of Halloween projects for 2015. In this video, I'm going to show you an easy treat box, easy to assemble because I'm using these pre-cut, pre-scored tiny treat boxes from the Stampin' Up! Annual Catalog. And to put them together, they come flat like this, I believe 25 to a pack. You just kind of bend and fold on all those score lines to make it easier. And then, to do the bottom, you just push down the two-pronged flap, then the two sides, and then this last one will just punch in and go into that slot so that you have a really cute, and it's a small treat box, but it's just right for a party favor or for a treat or a gift for someone. Now to embellish this, you could stamp on it with some of your stamps for whatever occasion you need, but I chose to use some designer paper squares, and this is from the Cherry on Top Designer Series paper stack, and I cut them at 1 3/4 inch square. 5 of them. Now for this one here where I have the notch here to open the box, I took the square and I took my 3/4 inch circle punch and just inserted it a bit and punched it so that it would fit nicely under that already notched piece on the box. Okay, I have that, and I'm going to take some of our Cucumber Crush dotted lace ribbon, and this is, I believe, about 18 inches long, and I'm going to tie a bow with it, and we're going to set that aside while we do some easy watercoloring for the image on this box. I like this ribbon because there's a lot of stretch and give to it and makes it tying a knot or a bow really easy. Normally what I do is I leave the lace or the ribbon on the bolt so that I don't have any waste and I just use as much as I need, but I wanted to give you the measurement for this box, so I went ahead and cut it. Okay, so tie a pretty bow, and the thing is that however you tie it, this lace makes it look fantastic. Okay, so I'm just going to set that aside. And here I have some cute little images from the Haunt You Later set from the Holiday Catalog. And I have stamped this in our archival black ink on our thick Whisper White cardstock. And you have to let that dry before you start adding any water or color to it. And so it's been a while, but if you are wanting to do it right away, you would take your heat tool and just heat set it and let it dry. I'm going to be using an aqua painter with some inks to color this, and let's see. I'm going to start with the cat, and I'm going to use some smoky slate ink, and I'm pumping the lid. And if you've watched my videos before, you've seen me watercolor with this. But the key here on this cardstock, since it's not actually watercolor paper, is you don't want to use too much water. Okay, so nothing fancy, just coloring the little cat, and squeeze some water down into from the well into the brush tip of the aqua painter. And I don't worry if I've got variation in my color because it's a little cat. And I didn't want to do him black even though it's a Halloween box, so I chose this smoky slate, which is a really pretty light gray, and just make him a cute little gray cat. And another tip for this is, besides not using too much water, is to try not to go over it too much. Like if you want to make it darker, you can go over it once, but if you concentrate in one area for too long, it just doesn't do as well. Okay? You just want to give him some color. Okay? Alright, so now I want his eyes to be really green. So I'm going to take my Cucumber Crush and get a little of this concentrated ink. I've already pumped that up into the lid, and give him some green eyes so he can match our lace ribbon. And later I may go and do something with his little nose and inside his ears But I'm going to leave that alone for now. I may put some Blushing Bride in there just to give them a little bit of color in those areas. Okay, so now let's do our pumpkin. And I tried pumpkin pie on this, and it wasn't rich enough for me with this particular watercoloring technique. So I'm using Tangelo Twist. I'm cleaning my brush to make sure I don't have any gray left on it. And I'm just going to start adding color here. And I love doing this. It's so easy and quick, and you know, you can't mess it up. It's your piece of art, so just go with it. Okay, and you can see here again, I want to emphasize not too much water, okay? The less water, the better. Just get your brush tip wet and then go with it. Okay, that's good. Now I want my Cucumber Crush again for that stem. Not the stem, I'm going to do the little leaf top. Oop, too much water. Okay. I find this very relaxing. Okay, let's take some Tip Top Taupe. I'm going to pump the lid, and there was already plenty probably. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and try to find my Blushing Bride ink and not leave him with any white spaces on that little cat. Let's give him a little pink nose and pink inside the ears. Again, this is Blushing Bride. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paper snips and I'm going to fussy cut this. It's not that difficult. I try to leave an edge around where I don't cut right on the line. If you leave a little bit of white showing, you don't risk as much of a chance of cutting into the actual outline of the stamp. So ideally, you would let this dry or heat set it, okay? But I've already finished some so that I could show you the finished project. And so I'm going to take this. I've got a note tag punched from another print from that Cherry on Top Designer Series paper stack. And I've got the little pumpkin, which I'm going to put him on first. And I might tell you that you might see how much you want that to extend beyond the box there. So I'm just going to line that up. I want room for my little cat, so the pumpkin and the other images are going to extend a little bit beyond. And so I'm going to do this. And then I stamped Hauncha later on a piece of crushed curry cardstock and cut it, or punched it with my, let's see, that's the washi label punch. And I did put some adhesive on the wrong end there. So I'm just going to rub it and take the stickiness off. I can use my adhesive remover if I need to. And then I'm going to just attach that so that the box can be opened without the tab being torn off. Okay, there's a cute little idea for a Halloween tree. Let me know if you have questions, and I will see you again with an autumn version of this project soon. Take care. Bye-bye.